Hi, I'm Misty Volaski, and this is Ojai Valley News in Depth. Joining me today is Wilma Melville from the National Disaster Search Dog Foundation. Hi, Wilma. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Misty.
Now, tell us about the Search Dog Foundation. You have deployed rescue teams on dozens of disasters since 1996.
Ojai has been our home. The National Disaster Search Dog Foundation got its beginning here in Ojai, and we're still here. When we move to the National Training Center, it will be in Wheeler Canyon between Ventura and Santa Paula. The address is Santa Paula. It's a beautiful 125 acres, a historic ranch site that was donated by the McGrath family. And they got us our leg up in getting this center started. The National Training Center will be not only to train our own dogs, firefighter handlers, teams we call them when we pair them together, but it will be for all of America's search teams. As time goes on and we move into the facility, we will invite all of America's disaster search teams, a few at a time, or maybe a dozen at a time, to come and train with us.
Mm-hmm. So what does the training entail?
Well, since the beginning, since Oklahoma City, right through to recent earthquake in Haiti, our teams alone have gone to 71 disasters.
Wow.
And, you know, it's whether it's one building or whether it's a block of buildings, it's a disaster to those who are affected. Mm-hmm. They've been to train wrecks, mudslides, of course, the big things like Katrina, hurricanes, Rita, another huge hurricane. Right through the whole gamut of things like earthquakes like Haiti. Now, to train for that kind of disaster, first of all, we start with a highly trained dog. Mm-hmm. A dog that has been recruited from a shelter, professionally trained, and then paired with a firefighter. We need to train that firefighter to be a handler. Mm-hmm. And something that usually causes a smile is that it might take 6 to 8 months to train the dog, but it takes a full year to train the firefighter. Now, what we have been doing thus far is we've been going to recycling centers, rubble piles heaped along the side of a road, buildings that are just about to be demolished, and we've done the best that we can with those sites. You can imagine the hunt up and down the state at all times for suitable places to train. Mm-hmm. And yet, it isn't good enough. It isn't good enough to bury a victim 4 inches below the surface. By creating a training center, to me, the most important aspect is the props that we will train these handlers and dogs on. Mm-hmm. We intend to have props that simply don't exist anywhere in the country. In fact, this entire training center will be unique in that it will be the first. There is no facility of its kind specifically designed to train disaster search teams.
Wow.
Imagine this entire country with the breadth and type of disasters that we have. It doesn't have a training facility as we are conceptualizing this one to be.
So this is already starting right now. You folks have already broken ground. You're starting the process, but there's a long way to go.
Well, it's always difficult to explain where are we. The goal at the present time is $14.5 million to be raised. Mm-hmm. That's an awesome number for a small but strong nonprofit. However, I am delighted to tell you and to share with everyone that we are essentially at the halfway mark.
Wow.
Now that we're at the halfway mark, we think we're going to get there. We have a conditional use permit on file with the County of Ventura. Now, when will that process be completed? And we can't do very much there until the process is completed.
Sure.
We are guesstimating March. That means in March we can really begin to get going. And of course, we'll be fundraising with all of our energy until then and past then. Prior to March, we can do non-structural items. There are certain things we can get the Search Dog Showground ready. We can do some fencing. We can do minor grading, nothing really significant. And we can get started. But when we get the conditional use permit, then we can really go at it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mentioning the Search Dog Showground brings to mind that Newman's Own Foundation recently awarded us $500,000.
Wow.
And they chose to name the Search Dog Showground. Immediately following that, we were so pleased that the Loacker family, folks who have been estate donors, which means they have put us in their will, and they've been lifetime care people, which means they've adopted a dog that didn't make it in our program, and we offer lifetime care to every rescued dog. Once rescued, you don't need to be rescued again. So we find homes for these dogs that can't quite complete the challenging and strenuous program that we have outlined for them. So the Loacker family have put us in their will. That makes them a guardian of a dog. And they have also adopted a lifetime care dog. But they really stepped up to the plate in a big way with $1 million donation.
Wow, $1 million.
Yes, $1 million. I mean, those folks are with us.
Wow.
And of course, we have to respond with energy and match their $1 million and grow that so that the entire center can be completed.
So
and
when are we looking for a groundbreaking for a completed? What is the goal, the finished goal?
We intend to raise the $14.5 million needed by the end of next year, 2011.
My goodness.
And the center should then be open by September 11th, 2012. Open in all regards. Props there, canine pavilion there. The canine pavilion is more than just a kennel. It will have classrooms, a little vet area so that our dogs can be well cared for, and it will be kind of the heart of the center. However, the props to me are the props are what will bring our teams and all of America's search teams to deployment readiness. You see, these teams, the dogs and handlers, already need to pass FEMA certification tests. And those are a decent test, but they don't test what a real deployment demands. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like you get a high school diploma. Well, you have now got to go out in the world and prove you can do something. So we intend to get teams deployment ready at this center. And we believe by the creativity of the props and the ability to change them, that we will be able to do that.
Even better.
Even better. And we won't be looking to bury people 4 inches deep and call it good enough. Mm-hmm. Good enough is not the goal.
Thank you so much, Wilma. I really appreciate you being with us today. So tell us, if folks are interested in finding out more information or donating to the National Disaster Search Dog Foundation, where can they go?
The best thing to do is get on that computer, searchdogfoundation.org. It will bring you to a website that has amazing depth to it. Don't just look at the front page. Get on in there, go down and look at the teams, where they are. Why, those teams are up and down California, but they're in Florida, New York, Oklahoma, Dallas, Texas, Nebraska recently. Our most recent group trained at the National Training Center, even though it isn't open and up and running. We provided the initial training for them there, the first group. And we've strategically tried to place these groups of disaster search teams in places where disasters happen. Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. Those things are not going to stop, and preparation will save lives.
Absolutely. So they can log on to the website to find out more information and to do the donating.
Absolutely. And if you're from Ojai or within the nearby area, stop in at our office. It's right there on the main street. You can't miss it. And visit and say hi. They're a very friendly bunch in there.
Thank you very much. Thanks again for being here. We appreciate it. This is Wilma Melville from the National Search Dog Foundation. I'm Misty Volaski. This is Ojai Valley News in Depth.